this year's celebration is both powerful and timely. And the theme, Gift to Gain, it's about empowering women to transform the world. And it reminds us that progress does not happen by chance. It happens through deliberate action, through generosity of spirit, through collaboration, through people and institutions choosing to invest in others, especially the woman and the girl child. The idea behind Give to Gain is simply transformative. We give our time, we nurture mentorship, we give knowledge, we create leadership, we give resources, we create opportunity, we give visibility and support, we open doors that may have remained closed. And when women are empowered, ladies and gentlemen, to walk through those doors, the benefits ripple far beyond individual success. And so to me, I believe that when women thrive, families also would succeed. When women thrive, communities grow stronger. When women thrive, economies become more resilient. And when women are included in leadership and decision-making processes, societies become more peaceful and more just. And so empowering women is therefore not simply a matter of fairness. It is a strategy for sustainable development and lasting peace. But to truly understand the importance of this theme, we must also examine the realities faced by women who live at the intersection of inequality and violent conflicts. Across many parts of the world today, we've just talked about Iran, where the breaking news is happening. We also have Cameroon, we have Sudan, we have many other conflict-stricken countries where women are not only striving for empowerment, they are fighting for their survival. In Cameroon, where I come from as my origin, particularly in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon, years of armed conflict have deeply affected communities, especially women and girl children. Families have been displaced, livelihoods have been disrupted, schools have shut down, and communities that once thrived in peace now live in uncertainty and fear. As it is often the case in conflict situations around the world, women and girls are among the most deeply affected that we cannot dispute. Behind every statistics that we hear about conflict lies a human life. A mother who has fled her home with children, carrying little more than hope and determination. A young girl whose dreams of education have been interrupted by violence. A woman who has survived gender-based violence because struggles to access support and justice she deserves is still elusive. Such women face extraordinary challenges, yet despite the hardship, they continue to demonstrate remarkable courage and resilience. And for this, I want to doff my hat to all the women. When conflict breaks systems and institutions, women often become the pillars that hold communities together. They become caregivers to displaced families. In Cameroon, which is now a taboo or a taboo before, women now bury their sons and their husbands, dig the graves, and bury their children. They find ways to provide food even when resources are scarce. They comfort children whose livelihoods have been shaped by fear. They mediate tensions within communities, and they rebuild trust where violence has created deep divisions. And so women do not simply endure conflicts, they sustain communities through it. And yet, despite the enormous role they play in sustaining families and societies, women are frequently excluded from the spaces where decisions about peace and recovery are made. They bear the weight of conflict, but their voices are often absent from peace negotiations. This exclusion represents one of the greatest missed opportunities in global peace building today. And because sustainable peace cannot be built without the participation of those who understand the realities of conflict at the community level, women bring perspectives that are essential to rebuilding societies. The case of Cameroon, where you have the All Women Peace Convention, where women peace leaders have regrouped themselves for the first time in Cameroon to make sure that they champion peace. And this has been working for Cameroon to shift the dynamics in terms of peace building. Women speak about the safety of their families all the time. They advocate for the education of their children. They highlight the importance of healthcare, livelihood, and community healing. They ask the questions that shape long-term stability. And these are some of the questions. How would displaced families return home? How would communities recover economically, especially communities that have been hard hit by crisis? Importantly, this question, how would trauma be addressed? How would trust be rebuilt after years of division? Women understand something fundamental about peace. Peace is not simply the silence of guns. Peace is when a child can walk to school without fear. Peace is when a farmer can return safely to her land. Peace is where survivors of violence receive justice and opportunity to heal. Peace is when communities rediscover trust and rebuild their future. But peace will remain fragile if women remain on the margins of decision making. This is why the theme, Give to Gain, is so significant. If we want stronger societies, we must invest in women. If we want inclusive development, we must support women's leadership. If we want lasting peace, we must ensure women are present where decisions are made. And this means that each of us has a role to play. Governments must give political space for women to participate in peace processes, as well as institutions must give resources to support women-led initiatives. Communities as well must give respect and recognition to the leadership of women, and organizations must give platforms and visibility to amplify women's voices. As I get towards the end of my presentation, I also give this task to individuals. Please, we must give time and mentorship to support the next generation of female leaders. Because when we give in these ways, the gains are immeasurable. We gain stronger governance, we gain more inclusive policies, we gain healthier communities, we gain more resilient economies, and most importantly, we gain more sustainable peace. Across Cameroon and many conflict-affected countries of the world, women are already demonstrating what transformation looks like. Women are organizing community dialogues to reduce tensions. They are supporting displaced families. They are mentoring young girls whose future have been disrupted by conflicts. They are advocating for justice for survivors of gender-based violence. They are rebuilding social networks that conflicts attempted to destroy. These women are not passive victims of conflict. They are leaders, they are peace builders, they are agents of change, and what they need from global communities is not sympathy. Yes, I say it's not sympathy. They need partnership, they need investment, they need recognition. And today, as we commemorate the International Women's Day, under the theme Give to Gain, we are challenged to think deeply about our own role in advancing gender equality. And we are invited today to ask this question to ourselves. And I ask more than 3 or 4 questions. What are we willing to give so that the world can gain equality? Secondly, are we willing to give our influence to amplify women's voices? Are we willing to give our resources to support women-led initiatives? And are we willing to give our time to mentor girls and women? Are we willing to challenge systems and structures that continue to exclude women? Transformation requires courage, it requires commitment, and it requires collective efforts. But the rewards are extraordinary. But when women thrive, communities rise. When women lead, peace becomes stronger. And when we invest in women, the world becomes more inclusive and more hopeful. And so today, let us celebrate the achievements of women. Let us honor the resilience of women living in conflict affected regions. And let us recommit ourselves to the service of Gift to Gain. Let us give our support, let us give our advocacy, let us give our solidarity, and let us give our commitment. And because every action we take towards empowering women brings us closer to a world where equality is not an aspiration, but a reality. Thank you very much and happy International Women's Day.
Thank you so much, Rosaline. You are right. Women don't need sympathy. They need to hear their voices. They need to be partnership in leadership and in peace building. Thank you so much, Rosaline. Our next speaker is, I call her the Razia Sultan of Global Peace. Let's talk. She was the emperor of Muslim emperor, and so we have our next speaker is Dr. Shaminaz Bano. Dr. Shaminaz is a multi-faceted literary figure and academic with 23 years of experience, renowned as a poet, short story writer, translator, editor, literary critic, and lecturer of English. She is authored, edited 50 international books, including the notable work Kashmir and Uzbekistan, Historical, Cultural, and Other Similarities. Co-authored with Gohar Pirzada, her exceptional contribution to translating Uzbek children's literature earned her the prestigious Ogaki Prize 2025 by the Union of Writers of Uzbekistan as a founder of president of the Progressive Literary and Culture Society. She promotes global literature and culture through conferences, workshops, and literary events, collaborating with international organizations. The topic of her presentation today is the pioneer of Islamic feminism, Fatima Mernissi, contribution to gender equality. So the floor is yours, Dr. Shaminaz. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Nuzhat. Thank you for your wonderful description of me. Thank you. And a very happy International Women's Day to all the women around the world and to all the supportive men who are supporting us. This year, International Women's Day, we cannot say that it is happy because we have lost so many innocent life in the war, especially the life of 160 school girl who died in the attack in a school in Minab region of Iran. So we have already paid our tribute, and the most depressing point is that there are lots of feminist group around the world, but nobody has taken up this matter, this issue. There was an incident some years back on the killing of Mahsa Amini, and feminists around the world led the campaign against it. So all the lives matter. Not only the life of Mahsa Amini is important, but the life of 160 schoolgirl is also important. So I request all the feminist organization around the world to raise their voice against this issue, because these girls would have been the future of not only of their country but globally. So today, as we see that the topic of this year is Gift to Gain. So I will be talking about a woman, Fatima Mernissi, of Morocco. She is the pioneer of Islamic feminism. So she has given so much to the society by her work, by her action work, and not only in the field of academic, but has also done on the ground level also. So the topic of my presentation is Pioneer of Islamic Feminism, Fatima Mernissi contribution to gender equality. So this is her contribution, means is related to the topic is Gift to Gain. So the status of women in Islam has always been a continuous matter of discussion among scholars around the world in the contemporary world. There are a lot of discussion around the world regarding the status of women in Islam. Unfortunately, not only scholar but common people have the opinion that Islam suppresses women, and this has been a topic of debate in conferences, seminars, and television discussion worldwide. People always often believe that Islam subjugates women because in many Muslim society we see various rules and regulation imposed on them by the men. So these are the rules which have been imposed on them by the society. Not all the rules are imposed by Islam. Not many people know that Islam grants many rights to women which are not granted in another religion. But the unfortunate thing is that women in Islamic society are the most deprived, the one, which is the reason that people have such opinion. Like right to inherited property was Islam was the first to give right to inherit property to women. And so one of the fact is that in many society these rights have not society have not granted these rights to women. So there are different notion about the subjugation of women in Islam by the different people of other communities. Moreover, Western media show all the incident related to mistreatment of women in the Muslim world in a more comprehensive way, as if Islam permit this. We have seen the incident of Epstein file, the most sophisticated, the most educated, the most powerful country of the world are treating women, children in such a way. So, and they are lecturing other countries about women rights. So, first, they should see upon themselves how they are treating young girls and women, then they should question other. So, there are lots of things which have been popularized, that the rules and regulation regarding the subjugation of women are written in the Holy Quran, the sacred book of Muslim. The Quran, which is addressed to all Muslim, and for the most part, it does not differentiate between male and female. Men and women, it say, I quote, we are creative of a single soul and are most and are more equal in the sight of Allah. Women have many rights in Islam, like the right to divorce, uh, right to inherit property, to conduct business, and to have access to knowledge. See, since the beginning of the advent of Islam, women had the right to divorce also, in which was not a common in even in Hindu society. So, in marriages, Islam insists on the free consent of both the bride and the groom, though mostly it is not granted, but Islam gives right. So girl forced to marry stranger against their will could even be deemed illegal under religious law. The act of banning girls from school is forbidden in Islam, which Taliban or some other groups have done. Islam, on the other hand, encourages all the Muslim, irrespective of each gender, to seek knowledge from cradle to grave from all possible sources. The value of Muslim women is a more complex issue in the Islamic world. People have different opinion, views, and logic regarding it. Certainly, the Quran requires them to behave and dress modestly, but these restrictions apply equally to men also. Means to dress modestly is a rule for not only for women but men also. Only one verse refers to the veiling of women, starting with the prophet's wife, because who should behind the hijab while in male guests converse with them. So people have different notion regarding polygamy, which existed in Islam, and having a four wife. The prophet, of course, lived at time when continual warfare produced a large number of widows who were left with little or no provision for themselves and their children. In these circumstances, see, I quote, polygamy was allowed because the women in those time were not able to were not self-dependent. They were not able to live if their husband have died. So the rule the rule was made to means like to give them shelter, not like marrying any girl, leaving your wife and marrying any girl for your own desire. This is not which people think about. So and in these circumstances, polygamy was encouraged as an act of charity, not for some other means. Needless to say, young women are usually mothers of many children who came as a part of the deal. There are very good reasons in the contemporary scenario in the world. So, and the Holy Quran stated, I quote, The wife need to be treated fairly and equally, a difficult requirement even for a rich man. Moreover, if a husband wishes to take a second wife, he should not do if the marriage will be the to the detriment of the first. Means he has to take permission from the first wife, then only he can marry the second wife. So having four wives, like it is a memes or things prevalent all over the world, that is not what it is in Islam. So there are many rights, other rights like. So I will be talking about Fatima Marnisi, an Islamic feminist writer and activist. Who has a prominent place not only in the Muslim world but also in the scholarly world as well. She occupies a significant place because of raising her voice for women's right through her writing. Being a part of the patriarchal society, she was well aware of the suffering of the women in such society. She is considered a pioneer of feminist writing in the Arab world. Because of her writing on the rights of women in Islam, she has earned the reputation of internationally acclaimed Islamic feminist. She died some years back. In her writing, she mainly focuses on Islam and women's role in it, analyzing the historical development of Islamic thought and its modern manifestation. Means how we have to adapt in the modern society. Throughout her life, she has carried her work through a detailed investigation of the nature of succession to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. She has focused on the lives of women within haram, public as well as private spheres. As a sociologist, she has done a substantial amount of field work, mainly in her country. Means she's not only raised her voice in conferences and seminar in the academic field, but she has done field work also in Morocco, she has worked for UNESCO. ILO, she conducted many interviews in the late 1970s and 1980s in order to map the prevailing attitude towards women and work. She has written extensively on women's issue, women in Moroccan society, as well as the women and Islam from a historical and contemporary perspective, and has been widely published in magazine, journals, and newspaper. Because of her extensive work, she was awarded Prince of Asturias Award along with Suzanne Sontag in 2003. In her writing, she has analyzed the historical development of Islamic thought and its modern manifestation and critique women's role in it. This has done by a detailed investigation of the nature of the succession to Prophet Muhammad. She questioned the validity of some of the hadith on the issue of subjugation of women in Islam, but not in the Quran. So she has questioned of hadith also. The central themes of her writing are based on the life
Dr.
of women
Shaminaz,
within
you have
haram.
a 2.5 minute more. Time is on.
Okay, okay,
Sorry,
okay,
1.5
okay,
minute.
sure.
Okay.
Okay. The central theme of her writing are based on the lives of women within haram, question of gender and women's place and role in the public as well as private space. Her works has been translated into both English and French and therefore have a worldwide reach. Her works in English include Beyond the Veil, Male-Female Dynamics in a Muslim Society, which was revised in 1985 and 87, doing daily basis interview with Moroccan women, translated by Mary Jo Lakeland, The Veil and the Male Elite, a feminist interpretation of Islam, 1992, Forgotten Queen of Islam, 1993, Women Rebellions and Islamic Memory, 1993, The Haram Within, which was retitled Dreams of Trespass, Tale of a Haram Girlhood, 1995, Shehzade Ghostwed, 2001, and Islam and Democracy, Fears of the Modern World, 2003. She believed in the theory that Islam does not subjugate women, rather it celebrates female power. In Beyond the Veil, male-female dynamic in a Muslim society, Marnisi argue that Islam has given many rights to women. Indeed, in contemporary society, the fact that so many women are working in various sectors in Arab society, including show anchor, films and video star, more than 500 plus Arab satellite channel telecast and around the globe is evidence of this. She believes in the theory that we have if women rights rise, then only the society will rise. And so as Nuzhat has already mentioned in the beginning, we have lots of women who have ruled also, and Razia Sultan is one such example. She was the first woman to sat on the throne in India. So Though there have been lots of religion, India is a multi-religious country, but it was a Muslim woman who was the first to sat on the throne in India. And not only this, there have been women in the Mughal history who have been very powerful in the field of academics, in the field of administration, and also women in the Ottoman Empire who have been very strong. So the thing is that there are certain societies which subjugate women. So thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Dr.
for your
Shaminaz.
patience.
Thank you so much. Yes, you are right. Islam has various women emperors. So now we will move to our third speaker, and we have with us Dr. Virbas Stephanie. So I would like to introduce her. Dr. Stephanie Virba is a Cameroon child and gender rights advocate, global president of YAWC Network, and certified psychotherapist. She works with communities on women's rights, social justice, and mental health support, driving change across Africa through grassroots mobilization and leadership development. Her topic is the power of solidarity, women uplifting women. So the floor is yours, Dr. Stephanie. Please go ahead. Dr. Stephanie, can you hear me? Dr. Stephanie, can you hear me? Are you with us?
Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry, I had a technical problem.
Yes, please share your insightful thoughts with us, please.
Okay. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon once again. It's my pleasure to be in your midst this evening. In Cameroon, it's evening already. And like the doctor has mentioned, I'm going to talk about the power of solidarity, women uplifting women. It actually resonates with the 2026 International Women's Day theme, which is Give to Gain. On this very day, even though we are saddened a little because of what is going on in the world, we want to celebrate the transformative power of solidarity among women. The theme for 2026, which is Give to Gain, underscores how supporting and uplifting each other drives collective progress and empowerment. When women come together, when they share opportunities and amplify each other's voices, they create a ripple effect of positive change. Solidarity is more than agreement. It is an active support, collaboration, and shared ownership of progress. It means moving from a competition to a community. The story of women's struggle for equality belongs to no single feminist, nor to any one organization, but to the collective effort of all the women. Let us build peace, equality, sustainability globally. For behind every statistics is a human life, and this life most often is the life of a woman. Solidarity here fuels growth. By uplifting each other, women gain access to resources, to networks, and support opportunities that accelerate their success, whether through mentorship, sponsorship, or advocacy. Women supporting women sparks innovation and resilience. It is a win-win when women gain, communities thrive. The power of solidarity is evident in grassroots movements, global networks, and everyday interactions. Women uplifting women, we help break barriers, we challenge stereotypes, and foster inclusive growth. Organizations like YOC, the Young African Women Congress Network, exemplify this spirit where we empower young African women to lead and change their communities. Again, the impact of solidarity, what is it? How can we see solidarity being impacted in communities or among women? We see that with solidarity, it increases confidence. When women feel supported, they reach their higher goals. Stronger networks, like I mentioned, are just like a web of connections that creates opportunities. And these opportunities will result to economic empowerment, where women supporting women-owned businesses and other activities can drive economic growth. Mental well-being is also another very important point as an impact of solidarity on women because it reduces feelings of isolation and leading to greater resilience. Women uplifting women doesn't only mean within communities. We give support to women even at professional levels, where we have senior leaders mentoring junior employees as women. We have communities that create groups for mental health or networking for women. We have the social aspect of women's life where we challenge gender stereotypes, like I mentioned before, together maybe on site and on social media, just to improve on the daily lives of these women. We talk about the international solidarity movement, supporting women, especially women in crisis areas. So women need an action plan. In order for us to give to gain, we need an action plan. What is it we should do as women to act to support one another, acting by uplifting one another? We should give respect to one another. Most of the times, women disrespect women, right? If we give respect to women, we are sure that we are acknowledging the fact that we are women. Women need to give visibility by promoting other women. If you see a woman who is doing well, you should be able to make her known by promoting what she's doing, by talking about it. We need to also share knowledge as women. Let us share our knowledge so that we can improve on the skills of other women in disadvantaged communities or even at the levels of our workplaces. Let's give these women, or let's give ourselves women, opportunities to be able to explore. Solidarity is our superpower. When women support each other, incredible things happen. For me, this 2026 theme is helping me to commit to uplifting one woman every week. What is the one thing you want to give to help another woman gain in 2026? This question is a question for all of us to think about, to brainstorm on it, and see how we can uplift women in our different areas. Before I conclude, I want us to know that when we give to women, the whole world gains. When we give women knowledge, when we give them opportunities, mentorship, and support, we gain stronger families, we have stronger communities, and we have a stronger nation. All the problems we face today are because, in one way or the other, women were not given the opportunity to showcase what they are made up of. Empowering women is not simply an act of generosity, it is an investment in lasting progress. Every opportunity we create for women and girls open doors to leadership, economic independence, and community transformation. When we call women sisters, we're establishing our identity with our sisterhood. A selfless group of women helping each other flourish. Everything is within your power as a woman, and your power is within you. So today I want to raise my voice, not so that I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. I want to use this opportunity again to encourage all of us to understand that there is power in solidarity. There is always strength when we uplift one another as women. Together, we give to gain a more equitable, just, and prosperous world. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share on solidarity for all of you who have listened this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, you are right. Give education to the women so they will give you the strong family, a strong society, and a strong country. Thank you so much, Dr. Stephanie. We have our next speaker, that is John Tamblyn. John Tamblyn is the president of YAC Cameroon chapter and a communication and peace specialist driving impactful initiatives for women empowerment and peace building in Cameroon. Her topic is the role of women in moral guidance. Please, John Tamblyn, start your insightful session with. Sorry, there was some kind of, I think, a technical problem in my audio. So I will repeat. I will now call upon the fourth, I think, Speaker John Tamberlin is the president of YAC, Cameroon chapter, and a communications and peace specialist, driving impactful initiatives for women empowerment and peace building in Cameroon. Her topic is the role of women in moral guidance. So please share your insightful thoughts with us. John Tamberlin, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Anytime you are having in your nation right now, just want to greet you all and to say I'm very much happy. It's my pleasure to be part of this insightful discussion on Give to Gain, celebrating this year's 8th March, which is the International Women's Day. Today, I'll be talking on the pillar of dignity, the role of women in moral guidance. Women over the years have fundamentally functioned as a pillar of dignity in the society, acting as primary agents of moral guidance, ethical education, and social stability. The role of women is not only limited to caregiving, but it extends into the shaping of character, the cultivation of values, and also the nurturing of empathy. And all this serves as a moral compass for family and the entire community. I would like to say that women are not only limited to nurturing and giving birth to children. When we are celebrating the International Women's Day, we are celebrating the strength of every woman around the world. But then let us look at ourselves. Let us look at dignity is commanding respect. Let us look at the things that we do as women. If we truly command dignity, if we truly command respect, we are looking at women as moral guardians. We are looking at women as being able to command dignity and respect in our various communities. Women function in the capacity, in the family milieu. Women function in our communities. How do women function in order to command respect? I want to look at women as architects of character. Women are the very first teachers of morality, inculcating values like honesty, kindness, and respect. And now and respect for now and even to the next generation, because this fundamental education is very critical for the development of right discipline of every individual. If we as women who are commanding respect, who are supposed to have dignity, if we are not able to instill those values, to carry those characters, this year's theme is Giving to Gain. Are we dignified? Can we confidently as women come out through our characters? Are we doing what we are preaching? We are asking the men to respect us, the community to respect us, the community to give us opportunities to lead as women, so that we can equally bring up issues that concern women, so that women too we can give our time for other women and even ourselves, our children, and our communities to gain. Are we worthy of that respect through our characters? This is the International Women's Day. In Cameroon and many other nations around the world, are we portraying the characters that is worthy of dignity? Are we portraying the characters that is worthy of us, for people to trust us, for people to give us those roles? I want to call on every woman that our characters are loud than what we say. We cannot be saying something and practicing different. If we want our voices to keep going high in every places where we are, we have to watch our characters, and we have to watch the way we do things. For example, in Cameroon, during this International Women's Day, it's not a period when women will go to the streets naked. It's not a time when women will ask their husband to cook, even without money or without anything in the house. It's not a time for us to throw our children to the quarters, to the neighborhoods, and even in the streets, and go out there in the name of Women's Day and drink and get drunk and sleep out and fight and even instill domestic violence in our communities. What is the message we as women are going out there to preach? Women are the emotional and ethical core of the home. Apart from nurturing, women manage the emotion and the ethical environment of their home. This is a place where the entire home lives, the entire family lives. Women are the ones to manage it. Women are the ones, the emotions of the children are there. The emotions of the husband, the entire family are there looking up to a woman. Women, God has created us to be multitasking. God has created us with too much intelligence and the capacity to handle many things at the same time. We as women, are we into the works of our homes? Are we into the works of the community? Are we into the works of our neighborhoods where we strive? How is the strength of a woman being portrayed? How is women handling issues of peace mediation in our communities? The role of woman in the family is not only to give birth, it's not only to nurture, but the role of women in the household, in our families, is also to manage the emotions of every member of the family. I also want to look at the woman as a character building. Every character of our children going out there, most at times, anything that our children do out there, they will bring it close to the woman. They'll say, it's because her mother is like this. So when we are doing anything, we should know that we are role models. We are influencers. We are influencing the attitude of our children. Everything that we do, our children copy. Is it that we telling us, our children, that when we get up in the morning, we have to clean the house, we have to go to work, we have to do this? Everything that we do, apart from everything that we speak with our mouth, everything that we do, our children copy.
John,
We
you
are the
have just 2 more minutes.
we are
Okay.
we are the influencers for our children. And lastly, I would like to say that women are peace builders. In our communities, we should be able to stand up, giving peace to our communities, mediating peace in our communities, so that we can be able to gain back as our children will be brought up rightly because of the attitude that we put on. In conclusion, a nation whose women are educated and virtuous is likely to be a nation that flourishes in its morals and values. And our nation and our communities, our neighborhoods are counting on us women. So let us not fail humanity. In this occasion of the International Day of the Woman, I want to wish a very beautiful International Day of the Woman to every woman around the world. And thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to do this presentation. Thank you a lot.
Thank you so much. Yes, you are right. God created women with as multitaskers, and they give capability to handle different tasks at a time. So thank you so much. We have our next speaker, that is Regina Lengu Ikatasong. So Regina Lengu Ikatasong is a seasoned journalist and peace advocate with 18 years of experience. She promotes peace, journalism, women empowerment, and community development in Cameroon. Her work at organizations like Bringing Hearts Together, she is serving as the Littoral Regional Coordinator of the Cameroon Community Network and the Secretary General of the Young Africa Women Congress Network. Regina advocates for the empowerment of women. She is serving as coordinator for the Southwest Northwest Women Task Force and a member of Cameroon Women Convention for Peace. She also founded the non-profit Bringing Hearts Together and uplifting vulnerable families in Cameroon and fostering community advocacy for peace. Her topic is justice for all women and girls, reviewing cases in Cameroon. So please start your thoughtful session with us. Thank you so much. The floor is yours. Please start.
Hello. Good day to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, for wherever we're finding ourselves. I want to thank you all for this other opportunity to enlighten ourselves on this important day for women. 8th of March, each year we gather to reflect on some of the issues that touches our lives and how to improve and to make the world a better place. I will be talking about justice for all women and girls. That is a sub-theme for Cameroon. I decided to bring up this topic so that we'll look at some of those things that hinder women to achieve their goals. When we talk of justice for all women and girls, we look at equality and rights, which advocates for equal rights and opportunities for all women and girls, emphasizing their entitlement to justice, protection, and societal participation on the same level as men. We also look at social justice, which highlights the need for systematic changes to address discrimination, violence, inequalities faced by women and girls across different dimensions. We also look at empowerment, how to empower our women and girls through education, resources, support system, enabling them to stand up for their rights and seek justice. We also look at eliminating violence, which calls for an end for gender-based violence. This topic is also about pushing changes in all aspects of life. Now, when we talk about justice for women and girls, I will be coming from Cameroon. I'll be taking a lot of examples from where I'm coming from. We have countless women and girls who endure justice that often go unreported and unresolved, silenced by social stigma and a lack of access to legal resources. So in Cameroon, I, as a journalist, most often I like to come with statistics. So some statistics from the Ministry of Women's Empowerment and the Family reveals a worrying trend of femicide in Cameroon. In 2024 alone, there were 68 cases of femicides that were recorded cases, up from 56 in 2023, which gives a percentage of 23.2% increase in just 1 year. So the ministry is also saying that these figures are likely understated because the reality, they are not actually the reality, because we have many cases that go unreported. And in Cameroon, we still have a lot of pervasive gender inequality reflected in high rates of gender-based violence and discrimination that significantly impact the lives of women and girls. We have cultural norms, traditional practices often subordinate women, limiting their capacity to access resources. We have laws. There are laws in Cameroon, like the 2016 law on prevention and punishment of gender-based violence. But then the enforcement remains weak and inconsistent. Victims frequently encounter significant barriers when seeking justice, including lack of legal representation. Since most women, they lack the financial means to even look for a lawyer to follow their cases, to help them in court. So at the end of the day, they just give it up. At times, you even go to most of these to some of these institutions to report cases of gender-based violence, and they clearly tell you that go home, it is a family matter, go and settle it at home. We have a case, as a result of this, there are a lot of cases that go unreported. We have a case in, there's one notable case that occurred in 2023 of the young lady Diane Yango, who was a teacher. She died on the 18th of November 2023 after being brutally beaten by her husband, Eric Bekobe. The first verdict, this case was actually one that made a lot of headline news in Cameroon. So when this matter was taken to court, the first sentence, they sentenced this man to 2 years in prison with a suspended sentence and a 53,000 francs CFA fine after she got her wife well beaten to death. So this brought in a lot of, there was an outrage and there was a lot of call for a review of this judgment, and this actually worked to a certain level, because like we say, there is power in when we raise our voices together. So when this happened, there was a review, that is the court, the Littoral Court of Appeal now reviewed the case and handed a 20-year prison sentence for fatal assault on October 15. But it came a little bit late because there's this rumor that by then the man had already escaped. So that is just one case. Another case is this one that involved Dimpa Michelle. She was aged 35, who was killed during a violent confrontation with her husband. That was in December 2024, on February 17 in Yaoundé. Before this woman has reported the matter, but then it was ignored and she was finally beaten to death. Now, the one that is still very much present with us is this case of this young woman in Colbison. Colbison is a neighborhood in Yaoundé where this young mother poisoned her 3 children and killed herself. This was blamed to, she said, were linked to her husband's infidelity, emotional abuse, abandonment, and poor treatment. This case is one of the cases where we say there was a neglect in the first warning signs, because she actually raised alarm and this matter was reported, but then she was ignored and she actually did what she did, because one of the videos that circulated in the social media, when they met her, she was still alive, she was still talking, and she explained why she did what she did, because the husband was never there, the husband was cheating and all the like, and so she lost her life. So still talking about statistics, we have the Central Bureau of Census and Population Studies. That is one of the body in Cameroon that gives statistics. They reported that there were 10 cases of femicide in January 2025 alone. So, and now there is another statistics indicated that from January to February 2026, that is only in Cameroon, we have already have 19 cases that have resulted to death already, and we are just in March. So this Women's Day, it's an opportunity for us to see how we can raise awareness on some of the issues that really make our women to be killed at home, and how we can help them, support them to come out from this. Now, what are some of those things that we can do to combat femicide and gender-based violence? There are a lot of things that we have to do, especially in my country, Cameroon, where I'm coming from. We have to see how to review and strengthen existing laws aimed at protecting women and girls, and as well as imposing stricter penalties for perpetrators of femicide and gender-based violence. In Cameroon, we have a system where they are trying to make things that are abnormal to be normal. If a man beats her wife, it's a normal. She is her property. That is the mentality. I bought you after all. I have paid your bride price. You are under me. You have to succumb. You have to take whatsoever I give you. So this is making so many women to lose your life in abuses. Some of them cannot talk, because at the end of the day, there are times that even if you complain, you rush back to your own home, your own parents, and they tell you, but go back. That is how marriage is. You just have to persevere. Most often the woman is the one to persevere, and the man does not have any obligation to take such from the woman. So we have to look at how to reinforce legal protection for women. We also have to look at how to implement these laws, establish mechanisms to ensure effective enforcement of laws, including training of law.
Thank you so much for your thoughtful presentation. So now I will ask you if you want to ask questions from our speakers. Kindly let me know if you want to ask questions. I saw some hands were raising, so if you want to ask question, the floor is open for questions. I think there is an. Let me check. Any questions, please? Yes, please. Joseph, kindly unmute her.
What's the name? Who?
Ada Rizzo, I think she's from Italy. Dr. Franca also raising her hand. Dr. Franca, go ahead, please. I think there's some problem with Ada, so you can ask. Dr. Franca, please. Numansa, can you unmute her? Joseph?
Yes. We talk so much, a lot about women. The true problem is that women are not only together. I didn't prepare anything. I just am speaking about the gender equality, the problem, why we couldn't reach this gender equality. The problem is in the female, especially in the women. We find this problem in men, no, in the other sex, but the true problem is inside females. They are not all together. They fight one against the other, and it is not possible. This going on this way, we can achieve gender equality. I have written about women, about men, about especially education, mother's education, but the two problems also now, checking on social media, if we want success without respect to others, other women, I mean, we cannot reach. It's impossible. We cannot show our face honestly this way. We should be all together to fight all together like men, because this is the true gap. We talk a lot about consumerism, about women. Women can change the world. Please check in Europe what free women are destroying Europe. Free women, not men. And I am not for men. I am for equality, for gender equality. And to achieve this gender equality, we should have ethics. Ethics, not only moral, inside us. I mean ethics. Ethics of life, ethics of relationship among women. Consumerism, well, women are the most consumerists. And I have written my point. I don't understand why we are crying all the time. Now, especially in the third millennium, about our situation. Our situation is due to our behavior. We are not correct with other women. This is not the way, the path to achieve equality with men.
Dr.
This
Franca, you have 1 more minute, please.
my opinion. I tell you, I have fought a lot for divorce, abort in Italy. I am speaking about the 1970 years. No, my battles going on to the streets, places, squares to fight all together. But the situation now, we talk a lot, Zoom, but for what? Excuse me. Should
Dr. Franca, we have
another strategy? The strategy is not correct. Sorry, because I come from another school.
Thank you so much, Dr. Franca. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you so much.
I have to go because I have a call with my daughter in Dubai. I have a big problems. I beg your pardon, Nikki, and other all people here, because I am very, very worried. I cannot do anything. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything for this. Just waiting. War is the first thing to say. Bye-bye, war. Women in Iran have to fall.
Thank you so much, Dr. Franca. We have another member. She wants to ask question. Thank you so much.
Good evening.
Thank you so much.
I have to leave.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your feedback. We have Ada Rizzo from Italy. Yes, please, you can ask your question.
Sorry, bye, Nikki, bye, everyone. We should be all together.
Yeah, mute.
No, you are. We can hear you. Please, you can ask your question.
Ada Rizzo.
Yes.
Ada Rizzo, you can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening to all of you. I'm honored to speak as Italian ambassador for Global Peace Let's Talk. Thank you, President Nikki De Pina, and you, Nuzhat Mustafa, and Franca Colozzo, and all of you. Tomorrow, we will not just marking an anniversary. We are renewing a sacred commitment to the freedom of every woman. At this very moment, too many women still live under what I call the tent of pain, trapped by a violence that remains an open wound for all humanity. I carry with me today the symbols of Italian Women's Day, the mimosa, and I add another symbol, the shell. So the strength that blooms in the cold and the protection of all that is precious. As an ambassador, I firmly believe that there is not path to peace that does not pass through the empowerment and safety of women. Violence is not only physical, it is the violence that isolates. We must be the sea that transforms pain into hope. We must protect the right of every girl to become a free woman, capable of planting our future without fear. If there is time, I desire to share with all of you my poem titled Women. We have a time?
I don't think we do have time. Maybe you can just share in the chat room, please.
Okay, I have a time.
No, you don't. You don't have the time. Kindly share in the chat room,
Okay,
please.
I share in the chat room. Thank you to you. Thank you to all, and good work to all.
It looks like we lost Insha. I don't know if she's back. Insha, are you there, please?
Yeah, I had some
Okay.
kind of technical problem
right.
in my laptop, so I am joining from my phone now.
Okay.
I'm back. I'm facing some kind of technical issues.
We have a question from Martin.
Oh. My screen is not properly working and I cannot see.
We have a question from Martin who says, how can we encourage women to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, that is STEM?
So I think you should answer, if you want to answer that, please, Rosalie.
Yeah, I can. All right, that's fine. Thank you
Yeah,
very
please.
much to our previous speakers that have actually spoken. And just to answer this question from Martin, which is very important in today's digital age, for me, I want to believe that Martin, encouraging more women to pursue careers in STEM starts with early exposure and positive engaging them as role models, so that if we're able to get schools and communities to introduce girls to science and technology through hands-on activities, coding clubs, science fairs, and even mentorship programs led by women already working in STEM fields would be of great help. And to me, I also believe that seeing successful female scientists, engineers, and of course, programmers will help challenge stereotypes and build confidence. Equally, teachers and parents who also play an important role by encouraging curiosity, support problem-solving skills, and also avoiding gender biases may also discourage girls from pursuing technical subjects. And then just to wrap it all up, another key step is creating supportive environments in education and workplaces. Universities and companies can provide scholarships, internships, networking groups, and mentorship programs specifically aimed at women in STEM. So promoting inclusive classroom and workplace cultures, addressing discrimination, and equally ensuring equal opportunities for advancement can help women feel valued, motivated to stay in these fields. So if we truly combine early encouragement with long-term support, I believe that in our different spheres, we can help close the gender gap and enable more women to thrive in STEM careers. So, Martin, I believe this is how we can be able to engage our young women and girls. Thank you. So we are handing it back to you, Nuzat. Your microphone is muted.
Thank you so much, Rosaline. Actually, I'm facing severe technical problems. So thank you so much. You answered the question. And now I would like to request Dr. Nikki Pina, our president and founder of Global Peace Let's Talk, for closing remarks. Doctor, please.
Okay, thank you so much,
Yes, go
Natsat. I would just like to say thank you to Rosalind. Rosalind is leading the communication department, and she's just doing such an excellent job, because what she's also doing is developing all of the members in the communication team. And Nazhat, you are a very good example. You are doing so well, and I'm incredibly proud of you. To everybody, that Noman who did the poster and the whole team for marketing, thank you so much. And then special thanks to our speakers today. You were all phenomenal and we learned a lot. But mostly
We mustn't let this go. We must continue to stand for women. So thank you very much for joining.
Thank you so much. Now, I would
Thank
like to request all to please turn on your cameras. And Joseph and Noman sir, please take photos as a beautiful memory of this session. Please turn on your cameras.
Beautiful, big smiles from everybody. Thank you. There we
Please
go.
turn on your cameras for memorable photos, please.
Thank you, everybody who attended. We really appreciate you. Thank you.
I would like to thank
Team
our team.
GPLT.
I would like to thank Joseph, Noman, Zaki, and Didan for their technical support. Without their support, we could not conduct that session because they played main role in this session. So, and I would like to thank all the speakers for their thoughtful presentations and all the participants for their comments and the questions. Thank you so much for joining us and making this event a memorable event. Thank you so much. Thank you so much and good evening.
Thank you. Thank you too.
Thank you. Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes. Joseph Akinoli, our
you.
champion.
Thank you to all.
Thank you.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye-bye,
And
Ada.
Bye,
good Women's
everyone.
Day.
Bye, everyone, and happy Women's Day. Happy Women's Day. Happy
Happy Women's
Women's Day.
Thank
Let's
you.
learn to
Happy
give
Women's Day.
and so that we
Happy
can
Women's
gain.
Day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Neja Sajdem.
Bye-bye.
It's a pleasure. Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you, Ada.
Thank you, Adariza. Thank you,
Thank
Neeraj
you,
Sajdev.
everyone. Thank you, Gina.
Tata Grace.
Thank
Dr.
you, all of you.
Nikhil.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank
Thank
you,
you
Noman
so
Zaki.
much.
Thank you, Rana Mustafa. Thank you all.
Rana
Thank you so much.
Mustafa, it's a
Thank
pleasure
you,
having
Rosalie,
you. Thank you,
for being a
everyone.
great mentor.
Thank you,
Speak
Tata
so
Grace.
much. Thank you, Dr. Sheminas.
See you next time. Thank you, Inda Eni. Thank you, Neja Sanjeev. Thank you, Mr.
Happy Women's
Norman.
Day to all of you.
Happy
Thank you.
Women's Day, and happy Women's Day to all our he for she's.
Happy
Thank
Women's
you.
Day to you all. Happy Women's Day.
All right.
Happy Women's
Joseph.
Day.